Hello, and happy Sunday to all my Sagittarius. So this is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with a very special reading on today. Hopefully you all are having a fantastic Sunday, but then again, I know you are because that's the intention you set, Sagittarius. Hey, listen, we're moving towards a full moon. Don't forget to set out your crystals and gemstones. We are 11.1 days away from this full moon. Yes, aren't you excited? Yes. Okay, so that means a lot of things for a lot of signs, for every sign. So Sagittarius, listen. We also have Mercury, which is retrograde. We have Saturn, which is retrograde, and we also have Pluto retrograde right now. So it's a lot of things going on in the universe, but we're going to get to all of them, okay? So I want you all to take time out for a mini break or an adventure, some kind of adventure. Go to a beach or just take time out for yourselves, because I want you all to really see the big picture and what's happening, what's coming down the pike for each and every one of you all. This is a general reading. These cards are the Light Seers Tarot deck by Chris Ann. These cards right here are the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck by Jill Pyle. Yes. Yes. It's time to really start to find some balance between speaking your mind and maybe saying a little bit too much. You want to be confident, without being too overly confident in your abilities. There's a lot of wonderful things happening for you. A lot of things. I'm also picking up messages as I'm shuffling the cards for you. So also, like I said, you want to focus on just taking a break, like a mini break. Like so many people are teleworking from home or even retired or things like that. You want to focus on you right now. So yes, let's get into it. Most High God, the universe, please give me a special reading for my wonderful Sagittarius as it relates to every area of their lives, specifically in areas of power and intellect, money and wealth, creativity and emotions and spirituality, and where they need to take action. We're also going to be talking about the number 45 on today's Sagittarius. Yes, let's see what the cards have to say. Let's see, Sagittarius. Ow. All right, here we have. Some of you all have been in some challenging relationships, right? But you've still been coming up with a lot of ideas. Your brain has just been going, despite some challenging relationships. Challenging relationships could be challenging friendships, romantic relationships, work relationships. But nevertheless, some of you all have been in some challenging relationships. Remember, we have Mercury that's retrograde. A lot of miscommunication can go on when Mercury is retrograde, because that is the communication planet. Yeah. So some mixed messages could have come through. I don't want you all to sweat it. Some relationships may have had to come to an end, not because you're bad or that they're bad. It was just probably time. I mean, really, it was just probably time. So I don't want people to put too much into relationships ending, because that could be a distraction. That's why I said, Mercury being retrograde, it could be static in communication. But again, so relationships don't have to be challenging. Mercury actually went retrograde May 29th. And so it will be retrograde until June 22nd. So if a relationship ended, hey, just move on. I see things happen progressing for you quite nicely moving forward. I see you all being victorious, and we're going to come back to this in just a second. Also, we have the Ace of Swords. We also have the Nine of Swords. And we have the Seven of Cups. Right. So listen, Sagittarius, listen. Some of you all have been bitten by a lot of snakes in your past, right? And being bitten by snakes in your past will sometimes cause you to even feel a little paranoid being in other relationships, where you could have been in a relationship with somebody who was just really busy, right? But again, because you've been bitten by so many snakes in the past, you don't always necessarily trust your intuition. You gotta listen to your intuition. It's not going to fail you, right? So I don't want you to be overthinking things, like feeling like, yes, okay, let me really just sit home and dissect. How come I'm not talking to this person anymore? This is what they must be thinking about me. So let me launch out and vibrate low without looking at the full picture, right? when you've been bitten by snakes and you've been contaminated for so long, it really can cause you to be impatient. It can cause you to be careless. It can cause you to be boastful. It can cause you to be attention seeking and brutally honest. It can cause you to take that bow, because you are the archer, and shoot somebody right in the heart that really didn't deserve it, right? But this is all a result of you having been bitten by snakes in the past. That's why I say sometimes you want to just take some time out for a mini break or some kind of adventure, something that's going to balance out your energy, right? Because relationships come and go every single day. But I see moving towards this full moon, it'll give you an opportunity to really look at the big picture. Like really, really, like I said, we got 11.1 days. It gives you a good amount of time to sit back and just relax. And just look at things, balance out your own energy. Again, balance out energy between speaking your mind and saying too much. Sometimes speaking your mind, especially if the idea is wrong, can prove to be fatal. It could end the relationship just like that, when there are assumptions. But again, I see you all being quite victorious in your healing process, right? Like meeting a new soul tribe. This is what I'm getting from, your reading at your highest frequency. And everybody knows this about Sagittarius. You all are smart, very caring. You all are deep thinkers. You're honest. You love to have fun. You're very generous. And you have a great sense of humor, right? So we want to keep that side of yourself going at all times. If you're in a relationship with the person and you feel like you may have said something brutally honest, but it was based on you being bitten by snakes, there's nothing wrong with an apology, right? People assume all the time, right? There's nothing wrong with an apology. But again, like I said, you don't want to lean to the ego side of yourself. Your identity as a Sagittarius, especially since your ruling planet is Jupiter, is, this is, I really like Jupiter. Jupiter is the largest planet, right? It actually governs expansion. It's what brings you joy, gratitude, honor, wisdom, tolerance, right? So this is your identity, right? This is where your identity is rooted and grounded in your ruling planet, right? The ego side, and every sign has it. So this is not just for Sagittarius. Every sign has the light side of themselves, and every sign has this. Every sign has the shadow side. But for you, since we're talking about your sign, that's where the impatience comes from, the brutal honesty, because everything doesn't have to be brutally honest. Everything doesn't have to be, well, I'm keeping it quote unquote real, because your reality may not be somebody else's reality, and it could ruin relationships. Also, being careless or impatient. That's the ego side of Sagittarius. But the true identity of a Sagittarius, again, is somebody who is smart, someone who is caring, someone who is a deep thinker, someone who is honest, someone who loves to have fun, someone who is generous, someone who has a great sense of humor, and someone who really sees the higher side of things, like the higher side of life. So Sagittarius never, not only that, your ruling planet is the largest planet, and it's the planet of good luck. Every Sagittarius on this planet should always be in a great mood, because you all by default have things in your favor just by virtue of your ruling planet. So yeah, so this is where you want to see the bigger picture. There's probably needs to just decluttering going on, because remember, Pluto is retrograde right now too. Pluto is the planet of death, rebirth. So again, every time one relationship leaves your life, leaves your energy space, it makes room for a new one. So whether the relationship ended on a high note or a low note, is making room for a new relationship to come in. Then you have, we already talked about Mercury. Saturn is the planet of ambition. So this is where you want to focus on your money. You want to focus on your ambition, your long-term goals. Are you an artist? Make art. If you are a financial wizard, help people learn, teach people about money. If you're a person who is adventurous, do things with your friends, that's adventurous. But do things that you love to do, and don't get caught up in who's in your life and who left your life and who, all of that other stuff. No, you don't need to focus on any of that, right? So yes, I see you all receiving money. I see some of you all moving. Nice. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, you got to get the manipulative energies out of your space, Sagittarius. You really, really do. Here we have the King of Swords. When you look back over some of your relationships, you will see exactly who has been a manipulator and who wasn't. Again, don't be so caught up in, is this person mad at me? Is this person doing this? Not because you don't care, but really because, hey, everything happens for a reason. Maybe it wasn't meant for somebody to go into a new chapter in your life, just like it may not have been meant for you to go into a new chapter of their lives, right? But you want to get all the manipulators, all the liars, all the gaslighters out of your space. The full moon will expose that. Again, are you going to stay upset with them? Nope. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. That's what the full moon is there for, to expose people, right? The good people and let me say not the good people and the bad people, but the people who are on your frequency and the people who are not on your frequency. Again, because somebody that's not on your frequency doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad. It just means that they're not on your frequency. But again, we have the Magician card, which is attached to Mercury. Mercury is retrograde right now. Mercury is the messenger planet. So you may be receiving messages. Some of the communication can be garbled between you and somebody. A text message, an email, verbal communication could be mixed up between you and somebody right now. But again, nothing has to end on a low note. Everything can end on a high note, just everybody respecting each other's time. But again, I see you all moving into your new space. So congratulations, Sagittarius. Again, when people take their attention off of why relationships ended and focus on, okay, maybe it just wasn't meant to go. Even if you have to apologize to somebody and keep it moving. That's it. If they need to apologize to you, hey, that's on them. We all create our own karma. I see some of you are receiving money. Stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. And I see perfect synergy when it comes to you and your money. So again, stay focused. This is not a time, again, you got to see the bigger picture. The bigger picture, as I look at this spread of cards for you, Sagittarius, is that, yeah, some relationships have ended. They may have been a little challenging for you, but nevertheless, they ended. And it's time for you to move on, not look back. Just keep moving forward. Just keep moving forward. But be very careful about not listening to the God in you. Everybody is a God. Yes, we are all gods, but you're not someone else's savior. So once you start to see people exhibit snake characteristics, and you want to quickly remove that spirit from your energy space, because if you keep that around, a snake is eventually going to bite you. It just is. This energy has Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio in their chart. Very emotionally high, low, all over the place. Eventually the person, and the person, again, we're not talking about low vibrating water signs, because high vibrating water signs are great. They are great on picking up on energy. They're empaths, because it's water. It goes with the flow, right? But somebody who cannot control their emotions, they're all over the place, they will eventually bite you. So just because you've been in contact with those kind of energies, you don't want to strike out at a person who hasn't done anything to you. You see what I'm saying, Sagittarius? There's just way too many wonderful things looking for you in your cards. Just too many. So let's pull an oracle card. Let's pull an oracle card and see what the oracle card has to say. So yes, burning bowl ritual. Yeah. So for all the snakes that you've had in your life, you need to do a burning bowl ritual. And we're not talking about, this is no sarcasm, no shade, no nothing. There have been people who were just emotionally unstable in your life. Them biting you could have caused you to be emotionally stable towards somebody else. So you want to cut that thing off at the root, right? People who are emotionally unstable are dangerous, because you don't know what mood they're going to be on what given day. They could cause you literally to lose everything, and that's not what you want, right? They could cause you to lose friends. They can cause you to lose money. They can cause you to lose your house. They can cause you to lose everything because of their emotional instability, and you do not want to be connected to somebody who can't control their emotions, right? Yes. Let's talk about the number 45 if we haven't already. If we have talked about the number 5, my apologies in advance. Number 45. Number 45 is the number showing how the manifestation of freedom helps you to access the highest wisdom. The number 4 and 45 actually gives you a firm foundation. The number 5 and 45 gives you the ability to communicate and experience freedom of movement. And so 4 plus 5 is 9. We know that completes the full picture. But when you think about the number 45, I want to leave you with this. 45 means that you're a born humanitarian, merging independence with discipline, right? Again, not every relationship that ends is a bad thing. Some of them, you can end them on a high note. So let's say, for instance, um, a relationship ends on a high note because maybe the person is super busy, maybe whatever, you all haven't talked to each other in a while or whatever. It doesn't have to go low. And you happen to see the person on the street, hey, hope everything is good. Doesn't necessarily mean that y'all are going to reconnect. We don't have to exchange numbers, no nothing. Just, hey, I hope everything is good for you. Good, 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 good. You go your way, they go their way. Everything does not have to be dramatic. Everything doesn't have to be dramatic, but for the snakes that have bitten you, people who are just emotionally out of control, and just all over the place. That could be family members, that could be old friends, it could be ex romantic relationships. You want to have a burning bowl ceremony, Sagittarius, because again, they will disrupt every other relationship in your life. Your relationship with money, your relationship with other energies, your relationship with time. They will disrupt it. That is what I have for you, Sagittarius. Have a magnificent Sunday. But then again, I know you will, because that's the intention you set. Bye.